All right, so I wanted to take this time to review what we discussed yesterday, which is executive function, and just kind of go over briefly some strategies you can implement in the classroom to kind of address this topic. So executive function for daring, you can organize your whiteboard into sections. So by doing so, students are able then to organize their thoughts and regulate their time so they can meet goals without becoming overwhelmed. So get ready, get going, or sorry, get doing, get done, and then when they're done with that, what can they do next kind of thing. This is just a visual representation, and this is especially helpful for students who have autism, ADHD, or different learning disabilities. So this is one example of a student that's been using this. She is just so excited to get to the white box, which means that she knows that she has to get through the yellow, the green, and the red to get to the white box. So it's a really fun way to keep her on target to getting her goals, and just keep her on task. Okay, so another executive function tool that you can use during classroom assignments is having a clock that's visible in the classroom, which is, obviously that's necessary to encourage time management, but by highlighting the clock according to the remaining time that's given for a task. So you can use, just a dry erase board marker, and if the students have 15 minutes remaining, highlight that so that they know, again, this is a visual cue for them, they know when they're going to be expected to be finished with that task so that you kids can move on. Okay, so another example, Drea, she'd been using this clock to highlight her daily routine. She struggles in all areas. However, working on her executive function of time management, this has really helped her to meet her goals each week. Okay, so this is something you can do before a lesson. Graphic organizers. There are so many out there. There's super cute ones that are themed. You can make your own. You can download them. Teachers pay teachers. It's just endless opportunities for this. But graphic organizers are considered highly effective for external support for students. These types of organizers should be made before lessons and distributed to students at the start of each new lesson. They teach students how to take notes and keep their notes in organized folders. So again, this is the student named Travis. He's been using this to take notes and to organize. It's helped him tremendously, and he's become much more interactive with the class during whole group work time. It helps him have his notes in front of him so he's not searching for ways to contribute to the conversation. All right, next we have, it's called Managing Time Robbers. So identify, remove, and replan. So this is kind of like a chart that you would put in the binder of the students, and this is like kind of to show them their weak spots of their executive functioning. What do they need to focus on? So this is a very visual, straightforward representation of what they need to get, better at doing. So who's stealing their time? So when they're thirsty, hungry, sleepy, antsy, what's stealing their body? My organizer, my scope, my focus. So they need to kind of check off, okay, this is really a problem. I find that I'm often hungry and I can't focus in class. So then, the next step would be to talk about, their eating schedule, maybe some healthy snack choices. This one, I don't know where to start. I'm trying to do too much. This will kind of help them kind of limit their, chunk their work into chunks. So this is, again, a great executive function tool for after when you find that your students weren't able to complete their task or they're struggling consistently to get tasks done. This is something to keep in their binders and just kind of self-check. Check in with them. Okay, so organization rating scale. Again, this is for after. This is basically a form that would be used by the staff after each week's binder checks. This would allow staff to determine where students are struggling and help them track organization to meet individual goals. Another really cool chart. There's, again, tons of these, but goal, plan, do, review. So this is good for before. This is just basically to keep your day organized. This is for students, if they have half days or whatever the case is. This particular student had a half day, so her schedule is different from her other classes. This helps her know she needs to finish the next day at school and reminds her of any homework she might have. So a lot of times students will have homework agendas and things of that nature, but if they don't or they're not provided that, you can always implement something like this. Okay, so checklist and bookmark. bookmarks, executive function during. So this is for students that maybe struggle to have all of their items together. If a student, this particular student, Carl, has ADHD, he's very off task, wanders around the classroom, talks out of turn, fidgeting, losing items, missing items, things of that nature. So this would be for him to check, okay, I'm about to do math right now. Do I have my pencil, my book, my ruler, my paper? It's like a self-check-in, again, to help them hold themselves accountable and more responsible. Again, this is a cute one you can download from Teachers Pay Teachers, but they are everywhere, and if you feel up to it, you can make your own very easily. One of my favorite things to have in a classroom is visual schedules. So again, this is during, and I would say even before for executive function. You can make them really cute with Velcro and little laminates. This is what we got going on this morning. First, we're going to do this, and then this is what we're expected to be doing during this time. Or however you want to set that up, the opportunities are endless. Okay, so again, these are just a few different ways to implement executive function in your classroom. I think they're great strategies. There are so many others out there. I'll be sure to, share some of those in the next coming videos. But drop down comments below if you have anything you'd like to add or any comments about these.